Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party. The official party consists of the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team Commander, Colonel Robert Charlesworth, outgoing Command Sgt. Major, Command Sgt. Major Anthony McLean, and incoming Command Sgt. Major, Command Sgt. Major Edwin Garris. Please remain standing for the playing of the National Anthem, followed by the invocation by Chaplain Kim.
Please join me in prayer. Almighty God, we invoke your presence upon this significant moment in the life of the 27th Infantry Brigade. As the mantle of leadership is passed from Command Sgt. Major Anthony McLean to Command Sgt. Major Edwin Garris, we are grateful for the leadership of Sgt. Major McLean, who demonstrated to provide direction and guidance for this brigade. May you grant him good health and continued wisdom in the next chapter of his life. We are thankful for his concern for his troops, for his example as a leader, and for his loyalty to his superiors, his peers, and his subordinates. May you grant him safety and prosperity in his retirement. We also ask you to give Command Sgt. Major Garris continued wisdom, strength, and courage to provide sound leadership necessary to the troops of this brigade. Be his constant source of support and inspiration in the days and months to come. Bless this land we love so much. Help us to remember that righteousness alone exalts a nation. Inspire us, O Lord, to do the best each day and lead us to serve our communities with resilience, energy, and effectiveness. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team Change of Responsibility Ceremony. Today, the responsibilities of Brigade Command Sgt. Major and the brigade colors will be passed from Command Sgt. Major Anthony McLean to Command Sgt. Major Edwin Garris. Our distinguished guests for today's ceremony are Major General Raymond F. Shields, Jr., the Adjutant General of the State of New York, Major General Thomas F. Spencer, Commander, 42nd Infantry Division, Brigadier General Joseph L. Beeler, 42nd Infantry Division, Assistant Division Commander, State Command Sergeant Major David Piwarski, 42nd Infantry Division Command Sergeant Major Corey Cush, 53rd Troop Command Command Sergeant Major Thomas Campanello, and Colonel Stephen M. Rowe, Chief of Staff, New York Army National Guard. Welcome to you and other distinguished guests. Command Sergeant Major Anthony Victor McLean was born in Trinidad and moved to Brooklyn, New York in 1975 and enlisted in the Army 23 January 1982. He graduated from basic and advanced individual training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Command Sergeant Major McLean has served in every enlisted leadership position from team leader through Brigade Command Sergeant Major. His duty positions include Unit Armory, Headquarters Company, 1st of the 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 82nd Airborne Division, and Company B, 1st of the 11th Special Forces Group, Airborne, U.S. Army Reserve. Scout, Senior Scout, and Assistant Team Leader with the 142nd Long Range Surveillance Detachment, New York Army National Guard. team leader, squad leader, and platoon sergeant of the 1st Battalion, 105th Infantry Regiment, New York Army National Guard. First Sergeant of Delta Company, 1st to 69th Infantry Regiment, New York Army National Guard. Battalion Command Sergeant Major, 69th Infantry Regiment, New York Army National Guard. Battalion Command Sergeant Major of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion, 42nd Infantry Division. Brigade Command Sergeant Major, 369th Sustainment Brigade. Command Sergeant Major, Joint Task Force Empire Shield. Command Sergeant Major, New York Pre-Mobilization Training and Assistance Element. Command Sergeant Major, Citizen Preparedness Corps. And currently, Brigade Command Sergeant Major, 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team. Command Sergeant Major McLean has participated in multiple overseas training tours to include Jungle Operation Training Center, Fort Sherman, Panama, Northern Viking in Reykjavik, Iceland, Combat Training Center in Gagetown, Canada, and multiple rotations to the Multinational Force to the Combat Maneuver Training Center, Hohenfels, Germany. He is also deployed to the Multinational Force Observer, Sinai, Egypt. In 2003, Command Sergeant Major McLean deployed to Iraq as platoon sergeant with Alpha Company, 2nd of the 101st Infantry Regiment in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. He again deployed in 2016 as a Command Sergeant Major, 369th Sustainment Brigade at Camp Arif John, Kuwait, in support of Operation Spartan Shield and Inherent Resolve. His military education includes all 5 levels of the non-commissioned officer development courses, culminating in his graduation from the United States Army Sergeant Major's Academy in 2012. Command Sergeant Major McLean's awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit Medal, the Bronze Star Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Army Commendation Medal with 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Army Achievement Medal with 3 Oak Leaf Clusters, Good Conduct Medal, Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal, 5th Award, National Defense Service Medal, 2nd Award, Inherent Resolve Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device and silver hourglass, Multinational Forces Observation Medal, the NCO Professional Development Ribbon with numeral 5, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, 2nd Award, Army Reserve Components Overseas Training Ribbon, Combat Infantry Badge, Master Parachute Badge, and Canadian Jump Wings. Command Sergeant Major McLean is a retired detective of the New York Police Department's Warren Squad and currently resides in Middletown, New York. He has 2 sons, Jordan 32 and Jonathan 20. Command Sergeant Major Garris was born and raised in Buffalo, New York, and enlisted in the Army in July 1983 as part of the Early Entry Program. In July 1984, he went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for basic training and his advanced individual course in the Field Artillery Branch. Upon graduating as an honor student, he was assigned to the 2nd 92nd Field Artillery Battalion at Rivers Barracks, Gießen, Germany. After serving as an M110 howitzer crewman in 1986, he was assigned to Fort Stewart, Georgia, 24th Infantry Division. While at Fort Stewart, he attended the Primary Leadership Development course and was promoted to sergeant. In 1987, he was assigned to Fort Bliss, Texas, where he attended the transitional training for the Air Defense Artillery SHORAD branch. Upon completion, he was assigned to 3rd of the 44th Air Defense Artillery Battalion in Zweibrücken, Germany, and attended the Basic Non-Commissioned Officer course at Hohenfels, Germany. In 1990, he was assigned to the 1st of the 5th Air Defense Artillery Battalion, Fort Stewart, Georgia. He was sent to Saudi Arabia as part of Operation Desert Shield, which later became Operation Desert Storm. In 1994, Command Sergeant Major Garris separated from active military service, only to join the Army National Guard in 1999. In 1999, he was assigned to HHC, 1st and 127th Armored Battalion, where he became a forward observer and served as Battalion Operations Sergeant. While assigned to the 127th Armored Battalion, he completed his Advanced Non-Commissioned Officer course in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. In March 2001, he was promoted to Staff Sergeant, and in January 2003, he was promoted to Sergeant First Class. In January 2004, he was mobilized at Fort Dix, New Jersey for active military service with the 1st of the 258th Infantry Battalion and trained for military police mission of Operation Iraqi Freedom and performed the duties as a military police platoon sergeant. Upon his redeployment in March 2005, he was promoted to Master Sergeant, assigned to the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, where he served as an Operations Sergeant. In 2007, Command Sergeant Major Garris completed the 11 Bravo Infantryman's course at Fort Dix, New Jersey. He was assigned to the 2nd of the 101st Cavalry Squadron and was mobilized to deploy to Afghanistan as the Operations Sergeant Major for the 201 Cav as a Master Sergeant. In 2009, he was assigned to Charlie Troop 1st Sergeant for the 2nd Squadron, 101st Cavalry. In May 2009, he was promoted to Sergeant Major, assigned to the 42nd Infantry Division as the Division Fires Operations Sergeant Major, and graduated from the Sergeant Major Academy in June 2009. In October 2012, he was assigned to full-time military duty as the Operations Sergeant Major for the Homeland Response Force, FEMA Region 2. In October 2013, he was assigned to the 102nd Military Police Battalion as the Command Sergeant Major for deployment to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, as part of Joint Detention Groups. As a part of the Joint Detention Group Command Sergeant Major. Command Sergeant Major Garris in June 2015 was selected as the 1st Battalion 258 Field Artillery Regiment Command Sergeant Major, which he held until December 2019, where he was assigned as the 42nd Infantry Division G3 Operations Sergeant Major and deployed to Camp Eritrea, Kuwait. In February 2021, he became the 27th Infantry Brigade Command Sergeant Major. Command Sergeant Major Garris' awards and decorations include the Afghanistan Campaign Medal with Campaign Star, Meritorious Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, 2 awards, Army Achievement Medal, Meritorious Unit Commendation, Army Good Conduct Medal, 2nd award, National Defense Service Medal, 2nd award, Southwest Asia Service Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Ribbon, 4, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, 3 awards, Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device, 2, NATO Medal, Southwest Asia Kuwait Liberation Medal, Saudi Arabia, and the Combat Action Badge. Command Sergeant Major Garris is married to his wife Cynthia, and they have 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, the official party will now conduct the passing of the unit's colors. The change of responsibility is a military tradition that is rich with symbolism and heritage dating back to medieval times. Soldiers often carried staffs or standards into battle that identified them as a unit. Throughout military history, custody and responsibility of the unit's colors have fallen to the unit's senior non-commissioned officer. These colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. Wherever the Command Sergeant Major is, there are also the colors. As the brigade's senior non-commissioned officer, the Command Sergeant Major also serves as the principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the brigade colors represents the transfer of this responsibility from one Command Sergeant Major to another. The ceremony begins as the outgoing Command Sergeant Major secures the colors from the commander of troops, representing his final act of responsibility and allegiance to the brigade. The outgoing Command Sergeant Major passes the colors to the brigade commander, thereby relinquishing his responsibility and authority. The brigade commander passes the colors to the incoming Command Sergeant Major, charging him with the same responsibility and authority. The passing of the colors to the incoming Command Sergeant Major to the Commander of Troops signifies the first act of allegiance to the brigade. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Colonel Robert Charlesworth.
Good afternoon, everyone. General Shields, General Spencer, Command Sergeant Major Pirowarski, Command Sergeant Major Cush, General Beeler, distinguished guests, family, friends, and Orion warriors, thank you all for coming today. Even under these less than ideal circumstances and unprecedented times, it's so important that we come together today to recognize 2 truly accomplished Army senior leaders as they change over responsibility of caring for this historic organization. Sergeant Major McLean, probably everyone in this drill hall has known you longer than I have. But you know, we've spent many hours together over the past 18 months. And I've come to know you well as a soldier, as a leader, as a parent, talks about you all the time, Jordan, as a son and as a man. You're one of a kind, and I'm truly, truly blessed to call you my friend. But this is a particularly special day for you and for all of us, because we're not just celebrating your accomplishments over these past 3 years as our Command Sergeant Major, but we're celebrating your countless achievements over a storied 39-year career. This is a professional life that has seen many ups and downs. It's a career that began as a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division, a career that included service as both a soldier and a New York City police officer. A career like many, was punctuated by the tragic events of 9/11, perhaps more so for you than anyone else in this drill hall. It was a career that took you off to duty locations in Europe, the Middle East, South America, all over the world, leading our soldiers in the most extraordinary ways. You've had incredible assignments and leadership positions, of course, here in the 27th Brigade with the 2nd to the 108th and 1st to the 69th. But also, as mentioned, with the 369th Sustainment Brigade as their Sergeant Major, deployed forward in Kuwait, with our division headquarters as the Command Sergeant Major of the Headquarters Battalion, and of course Task Force Empire Shield, and many, many other assignments before leading you here to be our Sergeant Major at the Brigade Headquarters. In all that time and in all these places, you never let any of us down. You never gave up on any soldier, even the ones that maybe wanted to give up on themselves. You met every challenge and saw it to the very end without fail, and this will be your legacy, and we are all just fortunate to be just a small part of it. But if I had to guess one thing that you'll be remembered for most, it will be your categorical refusal to take the easy way out of anything. You won't even take the easy way out of the parking lot. We have to drive around the entire parking lot and stop and see every single soldier, and if there are police officers in the parking lot, we got to get out of the car and we got to talk to them. But you know, that's your way, and you knew when I came here that I didn't know anybody, and you took it upon yourself to take me into this organization and introduce me to people. I'll never forget that. Lord knows you've been tried and tested many times, but you always took the hard right no matter what. And sure, there are people here in this drill hall and elsewhere that maybe have had disagreements with you over the years, but I've never heard one person ever question your motives, your integrity, or your unwavering commitment to our soldiers. You're truly a man of the highest character, and I don't know how many of us will be able to say that when our time comes. I know I speak for everyone here when I say we love you very much, and it has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve with you. Good luck, my friend, and Godspeed. Wow. And with that, we now welcome Command Sergeant Major Edwin Garris and his wife Cynthia and their daughters. And when I say welcome, I first mean welcome home. As we all know, Command Sergeant Major Garris recently returned from yet another demanding deployment to Southwest Asia. I believe that this is your fourth, right? And by all accounts, your leadership was critical to the success of our division headquarters during your most recent mission. And when I was putting the remarks together for this afternoon, I was looking at your biography, and it dawned upon me, do you know where you were 30 years ago to this day? You're on the LD in Saudi Arabia, waiting to cross the LD, Operation Desert Storm. Amazing. And I'd like everyone just to think about that for a second, and the years that came after that, and how much experience that you bring to this organization. You are the right leader at the right time to assume responsibility of the 27th Brigade. You're uniquely qualified to serve as our Command Sergeant Major, having held numerous leadership positions throughout the fires community and in many other units across the brigade in the New York Army National Guard. And like Sergeant Major McLean, you've also served many years as a law enforcement professional. You have extensive experience in domestic and interagency operations, disaster response and recovery. These are all skill sets we'll immediately leverage, I assure you. And again, I confess that everyone in this drill hall has known you longer than I have, but I remember the very first time we met. It was my first drill with the 27th Brigade. And if you recall, we met in the parking lot of Mates at Fort Drum. And I was immediately struck by two things: your boundless energy and your unending optimism. And these are two things we can never have enough of, my friend, especially in these days. I wish you luck as a Sergeant Major, but you won't need it. You'll be superb. And with that, I'll close. I thank you all, to our distinguished guests. Thank you, sir, very much for being with us today. General Spencer, thank you. General Beeler. Colleagues, thank you so much for your support. To you all, be safe and God bless. Orion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing Command Sergeant Major of the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Command Sergeant Major Anthony McLean.
Major General Shields, Major General Spencer, General Beeler, Colonel Charlesworth, CSM Pewell, CSM Cush, CSM Garris, honored guests, family, soldiers of the 27th. It's great seeing so many leaders, soldiers, and familiar faces that I've worked with over the years. In the audience today, I have my son, Jordan, my cousin, Dennis, my friends and former police partners that braved Highway 81, snow, to be here today. Tony DeVille and his wife, Alicia, my partner, Rich, and my lifelong partner, Derek. Both of my parents could not be here today due to the COVID and the age, but I wanted to tell them thank you for all the support they've given me over the years during my military career. And I love them both. This is a momentous day for both myself and CSM Garris, as we get to welcome back CSM Garris back into the brigade after his deployment with the 42nd. He takes the reign as the senior enlisted advisor in the 27th, and I'm also proud to announce my retirement from the Guard. But first, I'd like to talk about the soldiers of the 27th. So during my tenure as a CSM, I've had several leadership positions that have allowed me to see most of the force. And I'm under the belief there is no other formation that can compare to the men and women of the 27th. Their motivation and dedication to their skill craft is beyond comparison. It's the Staff Sergeant Ortiz and the Corporal Perez of the Fighting 69th at the Best Warrior competition, or it's the PFC Jones of the 2nd 101 Cav performing duties at the battalion headquarters, ensuring compliance with all COVID policies. It's the PFC Bosches of the 258 Field Artillery at food distribution lines in the heart of Brooklyn. It's the PFC Cervantes deployed with the 2nd 108, assigned to a post at the Capitol building and getting this promotion in the Rotunda. Seeing these amazing kids working hard as they do is the reason why I give thanks for having the opportunities to serve. Over the years, I've worked with quite a few senior leaders in my career, and many of them had in some way impacted me in staying in the Guard. Today, I want to take the opportunity to thank some of them for their support and recognize those that could not be here. First, Major General Andoni. Sir, was my first battalion commander when I got promoted to CSM. A consummate gentleman and an outstanding officer. He cared about his soldiers and he gave me unequivocal support as a CSM. Sir, I thank you. Colonel Panzer, anyone that doesn't think that the 42nd HBN is in a handful, I challenge you to pick up the mantle. Even though my tenure there was short, Colonel Panzer allowed me to grab the bull by the horns. And I appreciate the support, and I wish you the best of luck in your retirement. Colonel Bousquet, sir, it gave me great joy watching you run circles around your active duty counterparts during the 369 sustainment deployment to Kuwait. We worked long hours with early morning wake-ups, late night walks back to our hoochers, always discussing how can we do it better. We built a great team under some very crazy circumstances. But we made it work, and as always, we accomplished the mission. I've always reflected back on that deployment as the example to take forward of when a command team works good together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. I appreciate your leadership, your sound judgment, and your friendship. Sir, thank you. Colonel Cronin. Coming back into 27 was the capstone of my CM7 tenure. It was a great feeling coming back home to where I started and having a commander that let his soldiers be soldiers. I thank you for believing in some of my initiatives that proved successful not only for the brigade, but the NCO Corps as a whole. No other unit has had 3 consecutive back-to-back wins with both soldier and NCOs at the Best Warrior competition. One of the few programs that we instituted in the brigade. It's because of your steadfast faith in your NCOs that we were able to achieve that milestone. Sir, thank you. CSM Porowski. It took me forever to learn how to pronounce, even spell your name. But the one name I will never forget was CSM, because you truly embody the title. I want to thank you for all the too many of talks we've had sitting in your office. When we weren't talking about guard business, there were the ones where I could just sit down and reminisce of the old Army, or having a kindred soul to relate to an illness that made me aware of my frailty. CSM, thank you for your support. CSM Kush, my brother from another mother. You are like the Zen Buddha of the CSM Corps. I've never seen you lose your cool or let anything faze you. You've talked me off the ledge a few times when I was dug in, and nothing would have dislodged me from moving forward. And even though I live by the lethality of what it means to be in the infantry, the one thing I'll always remember about you is that dang word, compassion. You're always telling an infantry guy about compassion. But you were right. And when I did give a second look at whether at a board or discussing a soldier, it gave me a reason to reconsider, sometimes reach a different conclusion. I've always considered you to be an outstanding NCO, most of all a true friend, and a battle that I will follow through to the gates of hell. CSM Jenks. So just to let everyone know, CSM Jenks was my first sergeant in the 142nd RSD, and when I first came into the Guard. So he may want to deny taking credit for how I turned out, but I'm blaming him. Truth is, I couldn't ask for a better first sergeant or a better group of soldiers. Out of that one unit, 7 CSMs, 3 sergeant majors, some of my oldest and dearest friends in the Army. CSM, thank you. CSM Champolillo. Tom, well, Tom, I'm going to miss fighting and arguing with you on almost everything. I think I'm just going to call you during AT, and I'll just let you know how you're doing while I'm fishing. Seriously, you've been an old 105th battle, and we'll always be brothers in arms. CSM, thank you. Colonel Charlesworth. Sir, New York made the right decision when they chose you when they selected you to take over the 27th. From our very first warfight, it was evident on your leadership style. I can't think of an officer or NCO that was not being given the vastness of your experience. You were always willing to teach and mentor your junior officers, and always writing down your guidance to all of your leaders. Most of all, you treated all of your soldiers with civility and calmness that reflected a well-seasoned officer. For myself, it was working with a commander that afforded me the opportunity to have many personable discussions, and that made many of our road trips seem like we have worked together for years. The brigade has benefited from your leadership, and I'm thankful and honored to have been your CSM. Sir, thank you. CSM Garris. Congratulations on coming to Brigade CSM. I think those 5 days we conducted our BFC, battlefield circulation of the brigade, has shown you the depth and reach of the 27th. I feel as though I haven't given you enough, but I hope that it helps make your tenure in the brigade successful and to continue to build a formidable team. You have done the hard jobs, now there's just one more. You are getting one of the greatest brigades with an outstanding commander, with the best officers and NCOs, and the greatest soldiers in the NIARC. Again, congratulations, brother, and I wish you continued success in all that you do. Finally, I've always been thankful for all the opportunities I've been afforded in the Guard. Whenever I've talked with soldiers, I always mention being a police officer. Being a police officer was a job, but my first passion was always being a soldier. I remember the conversation I had with the state CSM, and him emailing me and asking me the question, so after the Guard, what would you do? Because an Anthony McLean not doing what he loves might spell trouble, which I never replied to until now. Given a little thought though, my answer was, well, that's why God invented fishing poles and passports. Thank you all, and God bless. 107 out.
At this time, on behalf of the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, we'd like to present this token of appreciation to Command Sgt. Major McLean for his dedicated service and unwavering commitment to the unit. 107, on behalf of the officers, NCOs, and soldiers of the brigade, we thank you for your leadership, mentorship, and commitment to excellence. On behalf of the Citizen Preparedness Corps, we'd like to present this token of appreciation to Command Sgt. Major McLean for his dedicated service to the organization. At this time, State Command Sergeant Major David Piewarski will present the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal to Command Sergeant Major McLean. Attention to orders. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. The Governor, on behalf of the representatives of the legislature of the state, have this day conferred upon Command Sergeant Major Anthony V. McLean, New York Army National Guard, the New York State Conspicuous Service Medal. The medal, ordered to be awarded those who have rendered exceptionally meritorious service to the state. In testimony whereof, we have caused our military and naval seal to the hero affixed. Witness, Andrew M. Cuomo, Governor of our said state, Commander-in-Chief of our military and naval forces, at our city of Albany, this 16th day of February, in the year of our Lord, 2021, and the 244th year of the independence of the United States. Signed, Governor Andrew M. Cuomo. Co-signed, Raymond F. Shields, Jr., Major General, New York Army National Guard, the Adjutant General.
All that stuff, so I don't want to forget any of it.
Hey, Sergeant Major, Sergeant Team. Let's get this.
At this time, Major General Shields, the Adjutant General of the New York Army National Guard, present the Legion of Merit to Command Sergeant Major McLean. Attention to orders. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by the Act of Congress 20 July 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Command Sergeant Major Anthony V. McLean, New York Army National Guard, for exceptionally meritorious service of 39 years while serving in positions of increased responsibility, culminating as the Command Sergeant Major, 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, New York Army National Guard. Command Sergeant Major Anthony McLean demonstrated extraordinary leadership and unwavering care of soldiers and their families across the entire organization, dramatically improving the readiness and effectiveness of the unit entrusted in his care. His strategic leadership yielded positive results down to the individual soldier level. Command Sergeant Major McLean's exemplary duty and performance is in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon himself, the New York Army National Guard, and the United States Army. Signed 2 February 2021, John A. Jensen, Lieutenant General, U.S. Army, Director, Army National Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the incoming Command Sergeant Major of the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Command Sergeant Major Edwin Garris.
Of course, we got to make some adjustments, right? So first, I'd like to thank General Shields, General Spencer, General Bueller, Colonel Charlesworth, Command Sergeant Major Perioski, Command Sergeant Major Cush, my old commander, Colonel McLean, Colonel Choka, all of you that came out today to visit with us. Today, I'd like to also thank God today for this opportunity, because I got to tell you, from where I stood, I couldn't see myself standing here today. Only God could have seen this. I couldn't have seen it. And I want to thank my wonderful wife, my beautiful wife, for being with me 35 years this year. I met her when I was 8, she was 4, she said she was 6, and I let it go. I thank my beautiful daughters, all 3 of them. Because truly, to get to where I'm at takes support. And your family has to have your back to get to where I'm at. So I thank my daughters because they missed out on a great deal over the years. Recitals and dances and softball games. So I thank you guys for sticking with me. Truly, I want to thank my mentors, CSM Cush. Thank you for mentoring me, getting me to see some things that before was not as obvious. Thank you, CSM Perioski. These gentlemen have mentored me and coached me up. I remember coming into this building in 2005, and CSM Perioski came in right after that, and we had a conversation, and I remember that today. He says, listen, I know that you want to be a first sergeant. I know that's what you really want to do. And if you give me the time, stick with me, I'll make sure you get there. And I got there. It was short, but I got there. And I got to tell you, I'm not going to be long because today is not about me. Today is about my friend, Mac. I call him Mac, and I got to tell you, this week, those 5 days, yeah, we ain't doing that again, right? Because Mac took me from Buffalo, everything in between, and we ended in D.C. 5 days, unsurmountable energy, and go. Right? But I want to thank Mac because one thing that Mac did expose me to that I've never been exposed to before was the Mac Mansion. I got to see the Mac Mansion on those 5 days, right? And I appreciate that, because you don't expose too many people to that. But to the soldiers of the 27th, you know, today is a great day for me, and I'm honored to be before you as your next CSM. I will tell you, I'm going to give you everything I got. Sometimes it's not going to be comfortable for you. But I promise you, when it's all over, when it's done, we all will be better for it. I pray that I can rise to the occasion and meet the standard that Command Sgt. Major McLean has set. This is an awesome day for me. I'd never seen this coming. And I have to thank our current leadership of our state, because I got to tell you, in 2015, I did not believe that I could get here. And I'm going to be honest with you, and this may be a little uncomfortable for some of you, but the reason why was I was an African-American male, E8, and I didn't think that the organization would have allowed me to get here. But our state has changed that. We have great leadership now who is willing to make sure that everyone gets a chance, everyone gets a shot. And I want to thank General Shields, CSM Periorsky, for the leadership that you have provided this state. I remember when General Shields was Colonel Shields, Lieutenant Colonel Shields, right? And I will tell you, even then, I knew that he was destined for great things. You could see it. And I'm glad that he's our tag. Because I will tell you, again, I'm glad to be here. I've never seen this as an opportunity. So thank both of you and all that you do. And I want to thank all of you for being here with me again today for this occasion. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to get to work. And I know there's a long road ahead of me, right? Because right after this ceremony, me and the boss, we got to go somewhere else, right? But I look forward to it. One last thing before I go. To all the soldiers, the Command Sergeant Majors, the First Sergeants, you have to buy into what this uniform is. I love what I do. This is the greatest job I've ever had. And I will challenge you every step of the way to make sure that the integrity of this uniform will always be first and foremost in everything you do. Thank you very much. Before I leave, I'd like my beautiful wife to come forward. Yep, that's right. She got the red bottoms on. So this is the reason why I made it. 35 years, right? As a private, right, she stood with me. And as a Command Sergeant Major, she's still here. And all the in-betweens. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for everything you've done.
At this time, a bouquet of roses will be presented to Ms. Cynthia Garris. Command Sergeant Major and Mrs. Garris, welcome to the 27th Infantry Brigade Combat Team. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand for the benediction and remain standing for the playing of the Army song.
Once again, please join me in prayer. The Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace now and forevermore. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's Change of Responsibility ceremony. Please join us for a small reception in the Orion Room.
Very awesome job with everything.
Great cover.